What's up? What's up? What's up, fam? Happy birthday to me. Thank you all for joining me and celebrating with me today. I'm excited as hell. Uh, 47, fam. Yep, the grave proves it. The defense rests. 47 years, fam. 47. Damn. You know what? It's funny. My missus said you can't even reverse your age. You know how some people say, "Oh no, I'm not 42. I'm 24, right?" I can't even do that because if I reverse mine, it's 74. But although, truth be told, some days I don't feel a day over 74. Whoop, whoop. Hey, family, welcome to the broadcast. Happy Sucker Free Saturday to all of you. Thank you so much for joining me in my celebration of another year of my life here on this little blue dust ball we call home. Fam, I'm not going to talk a lot because today is kind of an open forum. How I want things to go today is I want everybody to have an opportunity to ask me anything, right? So AMA means ask me anything. It's a Q&A too as well. If you have a particular topic or something that you want to ask me about, I'll be the first one to admit I don't know everything, but I love an opportunity to expound on different shit, right? And it don't matter. Today, there's no censorship. We're going to talk about whatever topics y'all want to talk about. All right. But before we get started, as per usual, let me do the usual and shout out everybody who's here so far. DVM Darker Visions is in the house. Ebony is in the house. Ebony Roses in the house. Miss Rob in the house. Sister Joan. Brooklyn in the house, right? Brother Art, peace, esteemed brother. He's in the house. Cool Unc is in the house. Thank you, fam. Sister Sherry, thank you so much for the birthday wishes. Thank you, Joan, for the birthday wishes. Monty, I see you, fam. What up? Welcome to the broadcast. So, fam, I do want to say just a couple of things, right? It's been one hell of a year, fam. One hell of a year. Producer, hi, hey, fam, long time no see. Glad to have you. Thank you so much for the birthday wishes. Sister Kawami, beloved, thank you so much for the birthday wishes. I appreciate you. When I think about, Rab, okay, got you. Rab, thank you. When I think about this year, fam, I'm just blown away at the level of blessings, for lack of a better way to say it, that I can perceive. Many of you know I'm not a religious cat, right? But I think blessings in the sense that grace given that's unearned. I haven't done anything special this year to warrant the favor that I've received. I've made many wonderful new friends and family as a part of my Angry Black Sheep herd. I have, fam, what can I say? I'm grateful as hell. 47. And it's been 47 of the damnedest, fam. Some of it's been good, some of it's been shit, but all of it has been mine. And that's kind of the message. Like every year, I always try to take away a lesson from the year before as a gift to myself. Well, this year, I'm fortunate to be able to share that lesson with you. And that lesson that I gift myself for the years that I have moving forward, right? Sister Toolbox, thank you so much for the birthday wishes. Brother C's, thank you, fam. Welcome to the broadcast. What's good with you? The lesson that I want to share with you, fam, is that don't let anybody tell you what your life is, what your life has been. There is, it seems to me sometimes, fam, a subset of people that their whole entire existence is set up to gaslight you, right? For those of you who are unfamiliar with the term, thank you so much. I appreciate that. By the way, fam, there's probably going to be a lot of questions in the chat during the Q&A session. If you really, really, really want your question to be read out and spoken and all of that, please hit the super chat. Even if it's just $1.99, I don't care, right? I just want to make note of your question and its relative importance to all of the other questions that get asked so that I can make sure to answer those questions, all right? Plus, it's showing a brother a little love on his birthday, right? You know, style me out. I appreciate every little bit, you feel me? But back to my point, fam. Gaslighting is when somebody tries to convince you that what you know to be real isn't real. And if you think about it, what our advocacy has been about is highlighting the reality of our circumstances as citizens in this country. Lo, these 400 years that we've been here, right? The 300 some odd years that we've been in this country. Thank you, Brother Art, for the birthday wishes, fam. Aquarius is rule, everybody else drool. Y'all know this. We have been told that our entire existence is a falsehood. Racism don't exist. Y'all niggas just lazy. We got all the same opportunities as everybody else do. What you complaining for? You live in the greatest country in the world. Look at me. I came here from insert country here. And I have a business. My kids are in private school. Why are you complaining? Look at me. I came up from nothing. Even though my grandfather left me with a $200,000 inheritance, and now I have a multi-million-dollar business. Anybody can make it in America. Your whole existence, fam, has been a form of gaslighting when you deal with the world outside the boundaries of your people, outside the boundaries of your tribe, outside the boundaries of those who share your historic lineage, your historic heritage. Sister Mitzi, thank you so much for the birthday wishes. Sis, I appreciate you. Sister Sherry said, I feel like the lunatics are running the show. You think? Here's the crazy part. The lunatics running the show want to make you into a lunatic. They want to tell you that what you know to be your true experience isn't it. That no matter how you've experienced life as a native Black American, as a descendant of the enslaved here in the United States, that can't be true. These buckra, and yeah, I'm trying to bring that word back. Thank you, Brother Noel. I appreciate you and your missus, and I appreciate the born day wishes. These buckra work overtime, fam, to try and get you to deny the truth of your existence. They either fail to study it, so they won't give it any type of imprimatur, any type of marking, any type of acknowledgement, or when they're forced to acknowledge it, they try to spin it to make it into something else. And this year of my life, fam, has taught me that nobody has the right to gaslight us. Nobody has the right to try to dictate to us what our existence is, what the reality of our existence is, with all of this minorities, people of color, flat black, lumping us in with everybody bullshit. No, 1,000 times no. Thank you, Sister Alexis. Peace, Brother Tazaba. I see you, fam. Welcome to the broadcast. So my lesson that I've learned this year, the one that I take with me moving forward, is that reality is reality. Damn what anybody else is talking about. This is true for us, fam, regardless of whether we're talking about politics, economics, our families, relationships, so on and so forth. How many times have you been told when you get maltreated, when you get mistreated and dogged up and used up, and you go to complain, to air out your pain, and you told, well, is it really like that? I mean, you know, it's obvious he loved you. You told to make excuses for motherfuckers who walk all over you, who step and put boot to your ass and boot to your neck. You told to make excuses for them. No more. Not my angry black sheep, and not me. You're told that when you go and work on these jobs and you're forced to train some buckra to be your replacement, that we're just making moves in another direction. This isn't a personal slight to you. We like you. Bullshit. You've been robbed yet again. They don't get to tell you what the reality of your circumstances is, fam. Shout out to you, Brother Black Man. Thank you for the birthday wishes, fam. I appreciate you. No, the lesson that your brother Mark Black is giving to you and it's taking away from this year. Thank you, Cool Unc, man. I appreciate the birthday love, fam. Yeah, these fools try to tell us ain't no such thing as race, but they the ones that constructed it. Make that shit make sense to you. Let me know when you're able to overcome the cognitive dissonance in your mind that can make that make sense. That the very people that created and benefited from the institution of race try to tell you it don't exist. Yeah, I saw Brother Irony's tweet, and again, I got no ill will toward Irony. Did you see my response? Because I told Irony that if we already on the bottom, then we got nothing to lose by being uncompromising. See, fam, Brother Martin Luther King, when he said that the word wait almost always meant never, understood something clearly. He understood, fam, that this incrementalist backburner yo shit for the greater good thing that has been foisted on us as the descendants of the enslaved in America is killing us. MLK was telling us that it means never, because as long as we're willing to be compromising, to say, oh, well, this is a step in the right direction, or he may not be the best on race relations, but he's as good as we've ever seen, that shit's poison. Whenever anybody else demands advocacy, whenever anybody else demands redress, they are not required to settle for half measures, half steps, halting steps. Like our brother James Baldwin said, how much time do you need for your progress? How much more time am I supposed to wait for you to progress on racial issues? Shout out to my elder brother, my beloved, esteemed elder brother, BGS. Thank you so much for the birthday wishes. That's right. That's right. BGS said it best. I told Irony, I said, either make them motherfuckers try and kill us off or do justice. There is no other option left for the United States of America.
Happy solar return. We give them hope before we go down.
Facts. Namaste, Brother John. Thank you so much for joining the broadcast. Hotep, Brother Pat, welcome to the broadcast. And thank you for the birthday wishes from John and ADOS 7B1. I appreciate y'all, fam. That's it, fam. In 2020 and moving forward, thank you so much, Miss Kwame.
Happy birthday, MB.
Hey, I appreciate the birthday well wishes. Thank you so much. In 2020, fam, and moving forward, no more incrementalism. No more lesser of two evils for us. They push us into a corner where we literally have nothing to lose. 2053 tells us we got nothing to lose. Nothing to lose. So we either make them kill us off and we win because then we're free. They can't do nothing else to us. Or we make them do justice. We make them produce justice, in the words of Neely Fuller. There is no other option. What up, Engaging Black? Welcome to the broadcast. Alexis said it best.
Happy birthday.
Alexis said, you're most powerful when you're willing to die for it. Fam, I don't know how many of you watch the show because I don't intend to watch it anymore. But there is a show that's on Starz called American Gods, based off of the books by Neil Gaiman. Read the books, by the way. Great read. Great read. But there's a character played by our brother Orlando Jones, who was the god, the trickster god, the storyteller god from the motherland, Anansi. His name was Mr. Nancy. His very first scene on the show, Brother Gab, peace and love to you, fam. Welcome. It's an honor to have you in the broadcast today, sir. Mr. Nancy appears on a slave ship. These brothers and sisters have been captured and they on their way to the new world. And one of the brothers is praying for help. Mr. Nancy, aka Anansi, comes down the stairs into the hole. And he says, "Are you looking for your mother? She's long dead. That Dutch man up there tried to rape her and she wouldn't let him, so he threw her over the side of the ship." And he told our story. Once upon a time, a man got fucked. He said, they are about to take y'all and bring y'all to a place and make y'all into slaves. He said, where they gonna beat and torture you and work you to death. And the lucky ones will get Sunday off so they can eat, fuck, and make more slaves. He said, and 100 years after your emancipation, they will continue to abuse you. And as he told this brother who was sitting there in his manacles this story, that brother started to shake with a righteous anger that was so strong in him he could barely sit still. And Anansi goes to him, he says, "See, this brother gets it. I like him because he's getting angry. Anger is good. Anger gets shit done." He told them that he needs to go up there and all of them need to go up there and slit the throats of every last one of them Dutch motherfuckers and burn this ship to the ground. One of the brothers in chains told Anansi, he said, "If we burn the ship to the ground, we gonna die." Anansi leans to the brother and he says to him, "Man, you already dead. So why not die for something that means something?" And them brothers went up on that deck and they killed everybody up there and burnt that ship to ashes, killing they self. That's the truth of our existence right there, fam. Our ancestors were brought here and were considered the living dead. Today, you are considered the living dead. How many of y'all watched Game of Thrones when it was on? I did. Love Game of Thrones, some real shit. There was a group of people that lived in the Iron Islands, House Greyjoy. And they were followers of a religion where their God was a dead God, the drowned God. And they blessing to each other is that which is dead may never die. That's all right, fam, if you never watch TV. That which is dead may never die. Fam, we the children of the impossible. Every single one of us who is alive and breathing today on this my born day was never supposed to be here from Jump Street. We were never supposed to be here. So that which is already dead may never die, fam. What the hell do you have to lose by picking up the mantle of your lineage and pushing this advocacy? What do you have to lose? What do you have to lose? Our God Anansi told us the story that in reality we was dead the moment we got on those boats. So since we already did, what the hell do we have to fear? You know that old saying, there's nothing to fear but fear itself? Yea, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, right? We already did. We was born classified as the dead. So this, my born day, fam, I celebrate. I celebrate this renewed connection to the blood of my ancestors, the blood that permeates the soil of this country in which I live, breathe, and fight for. This is a day of celebration, not fear. I fear no one and no thing when it comes to fighting for me and mine. Period. Point blank, the goddamn end. Don't let nobody moving forward gaslight you. The reality is that children of the impossible, the walking, living dead, are the most powerful motherfuckers in this country. Everybody else is afraid. Everybody else fears climate change. Everybody else fears downturns in the economy. Everybody else fears something because everybody else got something to lose. They made sure that we were the strongest ones amongst them because they took away everything that gave us humanity, gave us dignity, gave us justice, gave us righteousness, gave us peace. But y'all worried about Trump getting elected another 4 years. Please. You worried and threatened by Florida getting swamped into the sea. I call that justice. Until you fix and remediate, restore, and repair us, I don't give a damn what happens to any of you. I got a heart. Don't get me wrong. Shalom, Sister August, by the way, I see you. Thank you, everybody, for the birthday well wishes. I appreciate you, Sister Tiffany, Brother Rob, Era Black, I see you, fam. Thank you for the birthday wishes. Sorry, we got nothing for them. Nothing. Nothing. I fear nothing. I fear no climate change. I fear no downturn in the economy. I fear not another goddamn racist, white supremacist, white president. I fear none of that. My ancestors survived the crucible to make sure that I didn't have to fear shit. Because as long as I got you, and as long as you got me, we got all we need. As long as I got you and you got me, I got every damn thing I need. We all are all we ever needed. That was the moral of the story from our God Anansi, from all of the great ones that came before us. We have always been the saviors that we've been waiting for. You fall to your knees in prayer. You don't need to. Your prayers have been answered. Why? Because you got a brother and a sister standing right next to you who shares the same heritage, the same lineage, the same problems, the same issues, possibly the same damn bloodline. What else do you need? What other reason do you need to be here? The only ones that's afraid of going up against the behemoth known as the United States is these Negroes that actually think they got something. Like Era Black said, the ones that feel tied to this shit is the ones that feel like they got something to lose. But the fact is they have the same damn thing they always had, and that's you and me. So these celebrities who act like they better than, the boule who act like they better than, these politicians who act like they better than, let them. Let them. They'll be back. Shout out to the real Blackula. Welcome for joining the herd. We appreciate you, fam. They'll be back. You don't need to be worried about buck dancers, bed wenches, coons. We ain't got time for all that shit. Because trust me when I tell you, they will come back to us. They always do. You know, one of the things I heard said, I think it was Professor Black Truth that said white supremacy always breaks their tools. That's a fact. That's a fact. All these big names that y'all see that tell y'all about a life you never got to live since you been here, don't worry about them. Because when white supremacy sees that they no longer have an effect on us, when these Negro whisperers who try to keep us on various partisan plantations no longer have an effect on our advocacy politically, when they see us coming together and sharing our resources and breaking bread with each other and putting down the weapons and clasping each other's hands and cleaving to our lineage and cleaving to our heritage, when they see that these motherfuckers no longer have an effect, they're gonna throw them away and they ain't gonna have nowhere else to go but to us. So fear not, brothers and sisters, fear not. You the children of the impossible. You never had nothing to lose to begin with. So jump on board this train with this advocacy for this specific redress of grievances that we, who the citizens who earned our citizenship by paying the blood price, have with our United States government. A debt is due, and we aims to collect. But if they ain't trying to pay, then we aims to misbehave. My ancestors taught me to run away. Get away from the motherfucker. Get away from the slave master. You wasn't born for this, child. They couldn't get away, but we gonna be able to. We gonna be able to, or die trying, just like our ancestors did. Or did you think that we were gonna escape the price that we gotta pay in the crucible? There's a price to be paid by every generation for our liberation. You can hate the motherfucker all you want, but Thomas Jefferson hit it on the barrelhead when he said that the tree of liberty needs to be watered periodically with the blood of patriots and tyrants. Now, we can use that figuratively, but if they're not willing to allow us to make that a figurative statement, we can make it literal if that's what needs be. You don't fear nothing, fam. In 2020, you don't fear nothing. Why? Because you wasn't bred to fear nothing. Your ancestors didn't birth you to fear nothing and nobody. You don't fear no buckra. You don't fear no immigrants. You don't fear nobody on this planet. You the descendants of some of the baddest motherfuckers that ever walked the globe. You don't fear nothing. You don't fear your history. I don't want to hear any more of this shit. Like, I don't want to see no more slave movies. I want to see a slave movie every 5 minutes. I need to know my history. I need for that. Nobody tells the Jews we don't want to see no more of this Holocaust shit. This is our year without fear, like August said. I ain't afraid of none of them. You either are going to bend the knee and acquiesce to my righteous demands, or whatever happens to you, happens to you. I'm not Jiminy Cricketing no more for America. No, I'm not being the conscience of America no more. I'm not going to sit here and worry about what's happening to the kids on the border, or what's happening over in Iraq and Iran, or what's happening on the coast, or what's happening in the mountains. Damn all that. Until we get our due, until we're put back in the place that we earned by paying the blood price, they ain't got shit to say to me. When it comes to them, it'll seem to them I have no heart. That's facts. You don't fear nothing. Don't let nobody scare you. Talking about, oh, we gotta vote for Bernie Sanders because my kid is sick and they need medical care. We all sick. I get it, fam. You scared. You don't want to lose your baby. But death been our lot since we opened our mouth, got slapped on the ass by the doctor, and took our first scream. We done muling for all the rest of these motherfuckers. Black people, my beautiful tribesmen, brothers and sisters, we not Atlas. There's no rule that said that we got to carry the world on our shoulders. They fuck up and put a demagogue in the office, but it's your job to get them out the hell, you say. They ran roughshod over the economy, looting everywhere they could, and now the resources is running dry and poisoning the environment, but it's your responsibility to help clean it the hell, you say. They parked us in cancer clusters and heat islands and the worst land that you could put anybody anywhere, but it's our responsibility to make sure that the environment is straight. The hell, you say. The economy was great and everybody had cookies and was eating while you were sitting here hoping that you could scoop up the crumbs. But now you're supposed to vote when the cookies is running out so they can get more cookies while you still eat crumbs. The hell, you say. The hell, you say. Like my elder brother BGS said, we might die, but we gonna get them motherfuckers hell before we do. That's as simple as that, fam. Don't be afraid. Life is for the living. They consigned us to death, which means that we get to live better than anybody. Our life is eternal. The work that we do today, the advocacy that we embrace today, the love that we embrace with each other today, the lineage and the heritage that we claim today sets the tone for future generations of us, fam. Let them clean up their own goddamn messes. Fam, you got it easy. Out of all the generations of our ancestors, you got it the easiest because your advocacy at this point is just one goddamn thing: justice. That's it. You don't have to worry about nothing else, fam. You don't have to argue with nobody. You don't have to sit here and have back and forths with nobody. If they not talking about justice for your ancestors and you who stand in their stead, they not talking about shit. I don't care how many cute little white girls from a Nordic country that got traveling all over the world talking about climate change or whatever the case may be. This Greta Thunberg or whatever her name is, Sternberg. I don't care. She can talk about that shit all she want. That's all nice, fine, and dandy. But are you talking about justice for me first? No more wait. Wait broke down the motherfucking bridge. Wait means never. No more waiting. My ancestors didn't birth me to wait for justice. They birthed me to fight for it. They birthed me to stand in the halls of power with my naked black ass, if need be, and speak truth to power. That's what I was bred for. That was what I was born for. That was what you were born for. Just like Abel, the blood of our ancestors calls out from the ground for justice. We're going to give them hell. They could do this the easy way or they could do this the hard way. Don't make no never mind to me, because we're going to have justice. Frederick Douglass, our esteemed ancestor and wise brother, said to us that power concedes nothing without a demand. It never has and it never will. Somebody said, well, what do? The Democrats ain't talking to us and ain't gonna give us no love, and neither is the Republicans. I say to them, well, have you asked the Republicans? No? Then what the hell are you talking to me for? The Democrats is only one half of the little government infrastructure. They ain't trying to talk about nothing. Let's go talk to the Republicans. The Republicans ain't trying to talk about nothing. Then we do whatever else we need to do. But we don't freeze up. We don't stop. We don't stop. We are the black juggernaut. We are the ethnic group that was born on American soil. We are the most American of Americans. And we won't stop. We do not stop. We will not be stopped. We are the angry black sheep, and we will be heard, and we will not stop. You've already consigned us to death, to the outer darkness, to be in the bottom caste. So we don't have shit to lose. Thank you, fam, for letting me talk, share my lessons with you. I appreciate it. I appreciate you, fam. 425-296-1980. Remember, ask me anything. If you have a particular question that you want to make sure that I answer, hit it in the super chat and I will stop what I'm talking about to address your question. All right? You can ask me anything. Ask me about my life. Ask me about a subject or a circumstance or a situation that you're facing. I may not know the answer, but we're going to talk it out. We're going to get through it together and we're going to have us a good time. I'm going to be broadcasting until about 6:30 my time. So that'd be, 9:30 Eastern, because my family wants to spend some time with a brother, cook a nice meal for a brother. I really appreciate my family. Shout out to my family. You know what I'm saying? 47, fam. America fucked up giving me 47 of the damnedest. I was the wrong brother to let live. I was the wrong brother that didn't end up a statistic. You give me 47 and watch what I do with it. Oh, fam, I'm going to show you this year. We, the angry black sheep, are going to show them this year. Mark my words. They thought they saw advocacy in 2019. They ain't seen nothing yet. Black man said, do I feel 47? No. With the exception of my health issue, which is undiagnosed at this point. I'm not certain why I experienced the fatigue and the muscle pain and soreness and shit like that. With the exception of that, fam, I still feel like I did my 30s, easily. Like I still feel lively in the mind. I still feel lively in body. And with the exception of that little health issue, whatever it is, I still feel 100%. Great question, black man. That's right. We got next, Alexis. We got next. Come on, fam. Call in with your questions. Pop them in the chat. Ask your man anything. Look, fam, it's not every day you get carte blanche to ask a brother anything. You can ask me anything, even questions I normally wouldn't answer that I feel uncomfortable answering. I will answer today. This is my gift to my angry black sheep, associates, hangers on, haters, etc. Right? I'm sharing the wealth. I've gotten a lot of love for my birthday. So I'm sharing the wealth. I'm sharing the love. By the way, shout out to Original D, latest member of the Angry Black Sheep. Welcome to the herd. We are glad to have you. Anybody got a question for me? Anybody got something that they want to discuss and maybe try to get an understanding on? This is my gift to y'all. This is me. This is actually me celebrating with my sheep, with my fellow sheep. You feel me? Ask me anything. I know I've told y'all a lot about myself, so some of y'all might not know, y'all might know too much about me. I don't know. But y'all welcome to ask me about my life. Ask me about my life. Ask me about your life. Miss Rab said most of us lack magnesium. I do supplement, Miss Rab. I do supplement. I also supplement with vitamin D too, because I live in the Pacific Northwest and we don't get sun up here for shit. Pat, hell yeah. Thank you so much, fam. Thank you so much. Era, hey, I appreciate it, fam. It's funny. I find myself reflecting on the words of Yeshua, who said that life, when it's in you, is like a spring of living water. It overflows. You feel me? It overflows. I can't contain the light, right? Yeshua said, who is it that has a light that hides it under a bushel basket, right? You let your light shine so that when people see your light, they give glory to the mystery. They give glory to the understanding of God that they have, right? The only God I'm ever going to see is going to be reflected in you. So you need to let that light shine. Much respect to you, fam, and thank you so much for the birthday wishes. I appreciate you. 425-296-1980 is the number. Open floor, open topic. Whatever you want to talk about, we got time, fam. We're going to do this until 6:30 my time, 9:30 Eastern, right? So take your time. I know some of y'all are having libations right now, and I'm a recovering alcoholic, so I can't drink, but I'd love to know what y'all sipping on. Here we go. Caller from 301, it's your man Mark Black. What's your name, where you calling from, and what's on your mind? Hello, caller from 301. I can't hear you, fam. What's on your mind? All right, caller, give me a call back. Get yourself situated. Give me a call back. Thank you, Toolbox. Coffee's on deck. I feel you. I actually need some water around this motherfucker, because y'all know normally I have like a little soda or some water or something here. Here we go. Caller from 301. It's your man Mark Black. What's on your mind? The floor is yours. Damn it. I hope I'm not having no audio issues. I shouldn't be. Caller from 301. I can't hear you, fam. So I don't know if you muted or whatever the case may be, but I'm not getting you. Okay, caller, somebody else do me a favor. Call in and let's test to make sure my shit's straight. Oh, yeah. I do quote Firefly. I love Firefly. Firefly is one of my favorite shows. You know what I'm saying? I'm a brown coat. For those of you who, yep, Firefly is one of my favorite fandoms. Absolutely. I'm a brown coat all day, every day. Caller from 301, can you hear me? Damn it. Can't hear him. Not sure what's going on, fam. But yeah, that is one of my favorite fandoms. As a matter of fact, here in my house, my Wi-Fi is named after Firefly, the ship on Firefly, Serenity. Damn, producer shit. Man, I'm hating right now. I mean, you could keep the maker's mark, but that Jamaican brown stew sounds bomb. Miss Rabson, can we find a true black bank? The short answer is no, because there's some distinct reasons behind that, and I can address it. I'm going to try to take this call again from 301. Go ahead, caller from 301. It's your man, Mark Black. You know what? Shit. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go ahead and close Skype out, and we're going to reboot it. And we're going to redo it. All right. Let's see if that makes a difference. So, Miss Rab, the reason why we can't find a true black bank is because of our lack of capital. Simply put, with fractional reserve banking, banks take in deposits and then are allowed to use a portion of those deposits in order to make loans off of, right? But because black banks would be servicing a capital base that's very limited, they're only limited to the amount of loans they're able, because that's how banks make loans or make money, is off of loans. They're limited in the number of loans they can make, and they're also limited in the amount of bad loans that they can issue. So they tend to be too conservative, and that kind of chokes a bank. So under our current system, no, Miss Rab, we can't find a true black bank. Matter of fact, I would argue no true black bank exists. Darker Visions asked me about my fandom. Love Firefly. I'm a big Dune head, so you know I'm waiting on Denis Villeneuve's Dune to come out. What else? Loved Game of Thrones, at least until like season 7. Like season 6 was borderline for me, but season 7 and 8 was just like, what the fuck, right? I also like Westworld, but I watch mostly a lot of documentaries and shit, fam. It probably don't surprise a lot of you to know that I'm very studious. I like learning new shit all the time. So I'm watching documentaries on nature, science, physics, economy, economics, politics. I love documentaries. That's like my favorite genre of movie. Like you want to have me sitting in front of a screen for hours, put on a good ass documentary and I'm straight. Right? That's what I mostly watch. But for entertainment, I watch a lot of sci-fi, watch a lot of fantasy. I'm a nerd. You know, it is what it is. Oh, got a call coming in. Here we go. Okay, caller from 301. Go ahead and talk. Let me see if we can hear you. Damn it. Nada. I apologize, fam. What books am I reading currently? Yeah, all those shows are science fiction, black man. Producer asks, what books are you reading currently? And do you have a top 5 or 10 of all time? Yes, I do. What am I reading currently? Okay, so currently I'm listening to the audiobook version of They Were Her Property. And I got to tell you, just listening to that first hour or so of that book enrages the fuck out of me. So I'm having to piecemeal it because I get too emotional listening to the audiobook, right? But I'm constantly reading something. Matter of fact, I just finished The Man Not. That's a chunky ass book, by the way, fam. If you get The Man Not by Dr. Curry, get your dictionary and understand that he uses a lot of technical jargon because in his field, there's specific technical jargon that they use, right? So it's a heavy read, but it's damn well worth it. Let's see. Caller from 301, it's your man Mark Black. What's your name? Where you calling from and what's on your mind? Okay, I got the sound turned up. Stay on the line for me, caller from 301. Let me make sure everything is straight. Here, I'm gonna take this call here from 903. 903, black man, what's good, fam? Black man, are you talking? Yep. Okay, so it is something up with Skype. Fam, I apologize. Skype is acting up. I'm not certain what the fuck's going on, and it would do that shit on my birthday. Got me pissed off. So yeah, I'm definitely gonna have to answer y'all's questions in the chat. And I really apologize because I wanted y'all to call in and chop it up with a brother. Damn it. let me see if there's something else. Hold on a second. I'm gonna close out everything that ain't supposed to be up and running just to make sure that there ain't something. 903, black man 903, call me again, man. Let's see what's going on. Now, top 5 books of all time. That's a toughie because there's so many good books that it's hard for me to lay out what my top 5 are, but not in any particular order. I'll name 5 books that I think are must reads. And I hope that that satisfies your question, producer. There's a man named Derek Jensen. He's a white dude. And he wrote a book in 2 parts called, what the hell is the name of that book? Give me just a second. I'll look it up. We are going to find that book right now. Because I read both books of his a long time ago. Let's see here. He wrote, let's see here. Endgame. Thank you. That's the name of the book. Endgame. Right? Endgame 1 and 2 is, in my opinion, oh, it's ringing. You know what? It's not ringing either. Normally we'd be getting the ring. Black man, can you hear me, fam? Fam, can you hear me? You know what? I should know something's going on because I'm not getting the rings like I normally would either. I apologize, fam. Yeah, it don't look like Skype's gonna communicate with us. But Endgame by Derek Jensen is a great read, right? Another great read that I love more than anything is Carter G. Woodson's The Miseducation of the Negro. Amazing, amazing, amazing read. Like, if you haven't read that, I don't even know what to tell you. Like, seriously, I don't even know what to tell you. Carter G. Woodson's The Miseducation of the Negro, fam, is just all of it. Read it, reread it, and then when you think you read it, reread it again. The Exactly, producer, it is crazy. Like, it's almost like Carter G. Woodson wrote that book in 2019. I bullshit you not. It's crazy how relevant that book still is. Seriously, fam, it's one of my favorite reads ever. Another book that I recommend, especially to Black folk, is a book written by a philosopher named Peter Kropotkin. I'll spell that. Kropotkin, Peter Kropotkin. And the book is called The Conquest of Bread. Fam, if we had a society organized around some of the principles and ideas espoused by Peter Kropotkin, and he wrote this back in the 1800s, in The Conquest of Bread, we'd be living in a completely different world, fam. You wouldn't even recognize the world we'd be living in. And I mean completely different in the best of ways. Peter Kropotkin's book is what I think about when I dream of what a better world looks like. The Conquest of Bread. Thank you, August, for typing the names of the books. The Miseducation of the Negro, The Conquest of Bread, by Peter Kropotkin, right? Derek Jensen. Volumes 1 and 2. Those are 3 of my top 5. My 4th book that I'm going to name is Frank Herbert's Dune, right? As y'all know, I read a lot of fantasy, a lot of sci-fi, but Dune, in my opinion, fam, takes sci-fi to a whole nother level, fam. A whole nother level. Like, Dune is a story that's just is mind-blowing, fam. I mean, it talks about the threat of empowering a messiah. It talks about resource scarcity, about income inequality, about vengeance, about spirituality and religion, about the possibilities and capabilities that human beings have within themselves. Fam, it's science. It's like real life dressed up as science fiction. I can't recommend Frank Herbert's Dune enough. And last but definitely not least, Francis Cress Welsing's The ISIS Papers. Oh yeah, fam, I definitely know what a mentat is. Francis Cress Welsing, The ISIS Papers. Darker Visions, did you say you used to read the ISIS Papers every year? Thank you, Golden Jaguar, Brother Otis. I appreciate you, fam, for the birthday wishes, and Black Power to you as well. You used to read Francis Cress Welsing's ISIS Papers every year, Darker Visions? Because if that's true, then you and me are just a lot alike, fam. Just a lot alike. I'm serious. I don't currently own a copy, and it kills me. Because dog ear and read and highlight and tear up every fucking copy of the ISIS papers I ever get. Every single copy. Our sister analyzed this thing in a way that I still think nobody has actually synthesized before her or since her. Like, she took the tenets of psychology and simply apply. Oh, Dune. Okay, got you. Yeah, I reread Dune every year. Every year. And now that I got the ebook versions, it's a wrap. And I read the whole entire Dune series, right? Dune Messiah, right? Children of Dune, God Emperor of Dune, Heretics of Dune, Chapter House Dune. I'm not gonna lie, I do like the kind of the redos or the additions to the story that Brian Herbert and what's his name, Paul Anderson or whatever wrote based off of Herbert's material. I like them. I don't hate them, but they don't have the same pride of place that the original Dune series does for me. But I dog ear, fuck up, scratch up, write in, highlight, quote the ISIS papers like nobody's business. Seriously. Frances Cress Welsing killed the game. May she rest. She killed the game. Like, there's no psychological understanding at this particular point that does not take into account what Frances Cress Welsing has to say about the attempts at white domination and white supremacy that I even give any credence to. If it don't include any references to her work, I'm good. I'm good. Yeah, Dune is amazing. It's absolutely amazing. I mean, the equivocation of the Fremen with the Muslims, mind-blowing. Seriously. Great question about my books. You can always win with me by asking me my favorite books. A runner-up that's not in my top 5 but close is a book by Daniel Quinn called Ishmael. Ishmael is amazing. If you haven't read it, Daniel Quinn, Ishmael, it's well worth it. I read a lot of books, fam, though, that tend to critique our current system of everything, right? The books I read tend to critique what we call civilization, because I believe that it is a stretch to say that all of human history led up to this and that we're the epitome or the top, the epitome of civilization. I don't believe that. I actually believe our current iteration of civilization is a regression. It is not an advancement. And I tend to read a lot of works that critique our current civilization. And Daniel Quinn does that. Derek Jensen's work does that. Frank Herbert's work does that, right? I have never been somebody who has looked at our civilization and said, wow, it don't get no better than this. Bullshit. I knew in my heart, even as a child, it gets better than this. So everything I read, fam, tends to come from a critical standpoint of view. Not that I agree with every critique, but I think it's important that we critique. Because this civilization is savagery in so many ways. It's so savage that a civilization like the one highlighted in Star Trek looks like utopia, when it's just basically your general run-of-the-mill, communal mutual aid society. Thank you, Black First fam. I appreciate you for the well wishes. And I also appreciate you putting the links to the books in the chat. Although I have to give a disclaimer. If any of you purchase the books, these authors don't sponsor me. I'm sorry, that's part of YouTube's rules. If I get a super chat donation or anything like that, I have to say I'm not making money off of the sale of these books, and I'm not. So I just thought I'd throw that out there. Yeah, Darker Visions, I wouldn't even say we're advanced. If you're talking about technologically, perhaps, and even one could argue that there are older technologies that could still serve us in good stead. For example, Black man said, after hearing, how did you become Pan-African? Great question. So let me say that politically speaking, I am what you would refer to as an anarchist, which is an unending source of irony to me, that I argue for politics for you, but I don't posit that we need any government, right? But with that said, I understand why many of you feel that government is going to be beneficial, and thus I can advocate for what you feel that you need, even if I don't feel that we need it, because it ain't about me, right? But as an anarchist, one of the things that I learned is that anarchy is not just one thing. Remember, anarchy has as one of its basic principles voluntary association. In other words, in the anarchist worldview, people only come together to do shit voluntarily. You have no right. There's no rulers, no government under an anarchist milieu. So if people come together, it's because they choose to come together. Well, if people come together, they're usually going to come together around things that they have a common affinity on, right? So as an anarchist, it just simply made sense to me to be a Black anarchist, right? To want to have affinity and organize around Black people. Now, here's the thing. As a Black American, before the advent of the understanding that we've gotten from people like Yvette Carnell and Antonio Moore around lineage, Blackness has been this flat kind of universal thing. It's just been about melanin. So my Pan-Africanism really wasn't so much philosophical as it was just teleological. They're Black and I'm Black, so my interests must lie with them. If I'm going to have any affinity or any desire to connect and unify and want to do, things with somebody, I'm likely to want to do them with somebody that looked like me. It really was as simplistic as that. It wasn't until I got more immersed in some of the works of Sheikh Anta Diop, right? Like pre-colonial Black Africa, Chancellor Williams, right? The destruction of Black civilization and things like that. It wasn't until I actually started looking at that I found a philosophical basis, right, for my Pan-Africanism. But I came into Pan-Africanism just because of anarchy, right? So, yeah, absolutely. Great question, Black man. Octavia Butler. You know what? I'm actually kind of ashamed that I don't see Octavia. Because I'm certain I probably read some of her stuff. I just don't remember the name. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Hey, wait a minute. Wasn't Octavia Butler the woman who was supposed to have wrote the story? No, wait, I'm thinking of somebody else. I was thinking of a sister who was supposed to have wrote the story that was the basis behind The Matrix. Was that Octavia Butler or was that somebody else? Y'all correct me if I'm wrong on that. But Octavia Butler is the shit. Yeah. The Parable of the Sowers. Whoo. Absolutely. Sophia Stewart. Thank you, Brother Otis. Yep, Sophia Stewart. I have to admit, fam, I'm a little bit ashamed to say that I wish there were more Black sci-fi and fantasy writers. I don't know why we tend to think that that's a white genre of writing, right? Of authorship. I got a story that I've been working on for years, fam. Let me tell y'all the premise of the story, right? Because I love science fiction. Here's my science fiction story. It's set in modern day times, right? Today. And there is a little Black girl who's wanting to be an astronomer, right? She's wanting to be a cosmologist. And she discovers an asteroid when they measure the trajectory of the asteroid, scientists predict that this asteroid is going to hit the Earth, right? And it's a large enough asteroid to be a planet killer. So this little black girl in the hood discovers an asteroid that's supposed to destroy the Earth. And so I start off the story in the days prior to the supposed impact of the asteroid on the Earth, right? But what happens is that the asteroid actually goes through the atmosphere of the Earth and bypasses the Earth. Doesn't hit us, right? So there's no splashdown. Nobody dies. But over the next couple of weeks, fam, every black person on planet Earth who has reached puberty, right, who is post-pubescent, comes down with flu-like symptoms. Have a good one, Mitzi. Thank you so much for joining the broadcast with us today. And as they recover from these flu-like symptoms, these strange incidences start happening all over the world where people on TV start dropping dead. Politicians giving speeches drop dead at the podium, right? People in public service, you go into the offices and people are just keeling over from heart attacks. And it turns out that the asteroid spread a virus that infected everybody over a certain amount of melanin in this world, right? And it altered our mind states. It altered our brains so that when someone is lying to us or scaring us or threatening us, our eyes and our senses morph them and see them as something scary, and we're able to reach out with our minds and kill them. We could stop their heart with a thought. And so I explore what the world would look like if black people had the power to be able to kill those who threaten us with a thought. How would the world have to change when we would know who was lying to us, who was defrauding us, who was tricking us, who was abusing us, and we could end them like that? Tell me what y'all think. Should I continue to write that story? I know it probably sounds a bit far-fetched, but I like exploring shit like that. I would love to see more black sci-fi and, Afrofuturist authors. I really would, right? I think that we could bring an element to sci-fi that would fuck people up. I don't think you could write a sci-fi dystopia as a black person and it not be killing the game. No, I haven't read Futureland. And thank you for the recommendation. I always love it when people recommend me more books. I'm definitely going to check that out. Anybody got any more questions for me? Thank you, Alexis. I will continue to develop the story. I've been working on it because when I bring this out, I want to make sure it's right. And I don't want to bring it out like as a short story, right? I want to actually have a series where I explore what our world would have to change into in order to accommodate our new ability, our new capabilities, right? The ability to be able to not only empathically see when someone means us harm or wants to do us dirt, right? But be able to actually end them with a thought, literally shut down their hearts. How would the world have to change? How would we have to change? Because see, if we write a story like that, it's easy to talk about what the effects would be on white folks and anybody else, right? But how would we have to change with this capability, with this power, with every child that comes up being infected with this virus that there's no cure for and will ultimately on the other side of puberty have this power, have this ability? You feel me? Yeah, absolutely. Anybody else got any other questions for a brother? Hit me up. Ask me anything. Right? Black man says, so what changed you to ADOS? Who did you hear first and why Angry Black Sheep? Damn, 3 good questions. Okay, so I will start with answering your second question first. I heard a lot of Pan-African thought. Like I said, I've been involved in Pan-African thought, anarchist thought, things like that for decades, right? That's just my bread and butter, right? I've been an atheist for decades, so I read a lot of philosophy, a lot of religious critical religious work, right? I know a lot of the scriptures. Many of you know that I used to be a Muslim. I know most of my Muslim brothers out there would call me a hypocrite or apostate or whatever. That's fine. I get you. But the thing is that I followed Pan-African works a long time, right? I've read a lot of Pan-African writers and authors. Ivan Van Sertima's, they came before Columbus. Like I said, Sheikh Anta Diop, and others, right? But what brought me around to ADOS? I've actually was following Yvette even when she was with Boyce, right? So I was watching her even when she was broadcasting with Boyce, and I followed her when she went and started broadcasting with Irony, right? And even after her and Irony parted ways, I still continued to watch Yvette. And then when Tone came kind of to the fore, around 2016, I started watching Tone, right? And so I've been watching them for a while now. And so I watched the development of this understanding of political advocacy, but political advocacy based around the fact that we have our own unique heritage and lineage, right? And over time, I'm not neglecting Pan-Africanism. I still am a Pan-Africanist. I'm just putting my portion of the African grouping first, if that makes any sense. In other words, I think that with the advent of our justice claim being honored, right, that would then give us the capability to better be able to act on behalf of other diasporan Africans as well as the continent. But right now, asking us to mule for them is lethal to us because we're dying here. It's not right or just to ask us to set aside what it is that we need and how we need to survive here in order to be concerned about what's happening on the continent or what's happening in diasporan African nations, right? That's where I'm at as far as ADOS versus Pan-Africanism. And why angry black sheep? So as a Pan-African, right, I had a whole channel that was dedicated to Pan-African thought. I was mostly actually talking to us here in the United States, but with a kind of a Pan-African point of view. But I was told that due to various lifestyle choices and stuff that I made, that I had no right to speak on behalf of black people. And so my channel was essentially blackballed. And what I came to realize was that I was talking to the wrong folk. That there will always be an aspect of every black life that if other black people knew about it, they would outcast them. Because we good at canceling each other, right? We good at not showing grace to each other, right? For looking at reasons why not to fuck with each other, right? So when I left my old channel behind, I felt as if I was a black outcast. And so I named my new, exactly. Right? Black men, exactly. So I named my new channel Black Outcast Media. And I made it a home for all outcasts, misfits, throwaway toys, formerly pro-black victims of pro-black ideology, and so on and so forth. That's why the angry black sheep. Because I am a black sheep. I'm a black man who has issues that other black people would consign me to the trash heap for, but I still fight for my people. Because nobody can tell me I can't speak on behalf of my people. I am a black man. And I'm going to always be one. And fuck them if they can't take a joke. Great questions, by the way, black man. Alexa said, explain atheist to me. I don't know enough. Damn it, I hate that phrase because you know more than what you think. By the way, shout out to Minutes Till Dawn. Jeff asked, have I read Neely Fuller? Not yet. I'm going to be ordering Neely Fuller's book soon, though, right? Because I love his idea of the code, And I definitely will be checking him out. But Alexis, there's nothing to explain about atheism. I just simply lack a belief in any God or gods, right? I'm not saying God doesn't exist, right? I don't have the hubris to say that, right? Because God could very well exist. But of all of the evidence that I've been presented for the evidence of the existence of God, I will say that I have not been convinced by that evidence. I'm open to the evidence, but I have not been convinced that there is evidence that suggests that there is any God or gods. That's all atheism is, right? Golden Jaguar said agnostic. I'm not agnostic. I am definitely atheist, right? I am agnostic, however, to the existence of God, right? So let me explain the difference. Agnostic comes from the Greek agnostikos, which means without knowledge, right? Without knowledge, right? And gnostikos means knowledge, right? To know. Now, I don't know if there is a God, right? So I am agnostic to the existence of God. And because I do not know, I do not accept that there is a God, right? Atheism speaks to belief. Gnostic or agnostic speaks to knowledge. So I am an agnostic atheist, not a Gnostic atheist. I don't claim specifically, I'm not making a truth claim about the existence, or I should say the non-existence of God. I never say I am definitely sure God does not exist. That would be Gnostic atheism. And I don't feel comfortable enough to do that. I am an agnostic atheist in that I have no knowledge of the existence of God, and thus I lack belief. Does that make any sense? I hope that clarifies things. Right, Sherry said, I say if you don't know enough of Buckris, I do too. You know, it's funny. Golden Jaguar said, I think you're one experience away from being a Gnostic. You know, I am a huge fan of the scriptures that were discovered in Nag Hammadi, right? I have read all of the Gnostic scriptures, and I think that there is some clear things that would benefit a lot of people of different spiritual walks if they were to look at Gnostic thought. I'll say that. See, what I've discovered, fam, is that there are truths to religion or to spirituality that I can embrace. And what I cannot embrace, I simply just leave to mystery, right? I leave it to mystery. I say, hey, I don't know. I'm comfortable as somebody who embraces scientific reasoning and scientific thought, right? That there's a mystery to things. There are answers out there. I believe that we can discover the answers, but I believe that a lot of us need to become more uncomfortable with uncertainty, that we just simply, it's okay to say you're not sure or you don't know, rather than try to posit that you have the answers when you actually don't. You see what I'm saying? So yes, I still read Gnostic works. I still read the Quran. I have a wonderful translation of the Quran. I still read the Bible. I read the Buddhist scriptures, right? The Dhammapada. I read the Bhagavad Gita. I think that there's elements of it that speak to a deeper human truth that regardless of what your stance and belief on God is, can be embraced by anybody. I'm looking forward to picking up a copy of the Sikhs Adi Granth, right? Sahib Adi Granth, right? I want to understand all of the deeper motivations that drive all of us as humans. One of my favorite genres of music is religious music, specifically old religious music. And I'm not talking about like old Negro spirituals, although I love the shit out of them too. No, I actually listen to like old Christian music, like Byzantine and Gregorian chant. I listen to Islamic nasheeds and zikr chants and stuff like that of the Sufis. I love religious and spiritual music. I think that it speaks to a part of us, the aesthetic that seeks transcendence, right? That tries to reach the ineffable. You see what I'm saying? And so I enjoy that type of music a great deal. Plus, you can tell, especially in old Byzantine chant and stuff like that, the music is a cappella. You have a tone called an eson. It's like a drone. It's a group that holds the note. They go, oh, right? And then you have the actual psalters or the chanters, and they'll be chanting usually in Greek, like, right? And it's wonderful music because it's all human. There's no organs. There's no drums. There's no stringed instruments. There's just the human voice calling out to the ineffable. And it's beautiful to me. It's absolutely beautiful to me. Jeff, who is John Vervaeke? Or I'm probably butchering the shit out of that name, but tell me who John Vervaeke is. You'd be surprised, fam. There's very little subject or whatever that you bring up that Mark Black isn't interested in. I told y'all I'm a nerd. Sherry said, do you think Yvette Carnell and some ADOS are devolving? Ooh, boy, you would ask that question, wouldn't you? Okay, this is what I think about the current state of ADOS, Yvette Carnell, Antonio Moore. This will be my final definitive statement on it. I have nothing but respect and esteem for Yvette Carnell and Antonio Moore for them helping us to frame, because unlike what ADOS seems to have done, I don't just frame just my politics through the lens of lineage and heritage. I now frame everything through the lens of lineage and heritage. And I am beyond grateful to Yvette and Tone for helping me to evolve to that place where the glasses I wear only see things through the lens of my unique lineage and heritage. I do not agree with their current political stratagems, and I've made that clear. I'm not certain if they actually thought that hashtag ADOS would take off like it did. I don't think they're prepared for it. I'm not certain at this point about their capabilities for leadership. They seem very fragile to me, right? People come and critique me on my broadcast all the time. You know what I do? I encourage them to call in so we can have a discussion. And they'll call. People have even yelled at me. They've maligned my character. You have to do that multiple times before I even will tell you you don't get to talk no more. And it's only for that instant. You can then call back later if you got some act right and we can have a conversation. They seem to be very fragile to me. And they're running things in a way now that I can't appreciate. I don't appreciate personal attacks. I believe that ideas should be fought. We should have a combat of ideas. But once you start, kind of stooping to personal attacks on people, doxing people, slandering people, telling people they don't know enough, maligning people's characters, assuming malice of everyone that doesn't agree with you in the way that you want to operate and do things, I can't truck with any of that. So if that means to you that Yvette, Tone, and ADOS are devolving, then I'll grant you that. What that just means to me is that they're operating in a way currently I can't ride with. And I hope that answers the question. Let's see here. Awakening from the meaning crisis. Yeah, I'm gonna have to check that out. As a matter of fact, let me jump on YouTube right now so I can have that available when when the broadcast is over, because I'm gonna check that out and enjoy dinner with my family. John, here we go. Yep, and I'm subscribed to so many different people, it's not even funny. It's not even funny. Brother Morpheus is in the house. Welcome, Brother Morpheus. Yeah, fam. I mean, I know people want me to beef with them. They want me to say ill shit against this person and that person and so on and so forth, but I can't do it. I have nothing but honor and respect for Yvette and Tone for helping me to reach a place I didn't even know was possible. They literally have unlocked a door that we should have walked through forever ago. That we should have been cleaving to our lineage a long time ago. And how we missed it is beyond me. This is not to say that people haven't come close, right? I'm not going to say that we all don't stand on the shoulders of giants. We do, right? Shout out to everybody before us that came up with these ideas and ideologies and understandings of things that we're only now starting to grasp the validity of. Like I said, Carter G. Woodson wrote The Miseducation of the Negro, but we are just now seeing the fruition of the clarity, the actual validity of his work today. That's the beautiful thing about paying homage to those who came before us. It allows us to stand on their shoulders and not have to reinvent the wheel. Right? Sister August said, when dealing with people that you know is going to come for you, you have to develop a thick skin. Sister, here's the crazy part. If I can't even deal with questions, critique, constructive criticism from my fellow black sheep, I sure in the hell can't deal with the greater white society at large. We have to extend grace to each other, like Alexis said, right? You don't get to tell your brothers and sisters when they ask questions that they don't know enough. Who the fuck are you to sit here with such arrogance and hubris to tell your brother or sister that they don't know enough and just leave it at that? If your tribesmen don't know enough, it means you haven't taught them enough. How is it that we supposed to claim the name and organize each other around our lineage as tribesmen, brothers and sisters, by blood, by lineage, by history? Yet we can't even answer a basic ass question. Or when someone comes to us and say, hey fam, I got a lightweight critique with what you said. Did you mean this or did you mean that? And we got problems. Make that shit make sense. But yet we're supposed to be speaking truth to power. You can't even accept truth from the least of these. Didn't Yeshua say, if you have done it unto the least of these, you've also done it unto me? Right? You claim to follow these great master teachers, but you don't listen to the least? You don't have no love, no willingness to pause what you're doing for a second and use a word to elucidate and elaborate something for somebody until the light bulb clicks on? Oh, I got 3 years of videos. Go back and watch my videos. Some people ain't got time for that shit. You here talking right now and somebody asks you a question and you direct them to your body of work like you just above answering a basic ass question. Look, you can ask me a basic question right now. I'll stop everything I'm doing and just answer it. If it's so basic, if it's so easy to grasp and understand, you just answer the damn question. Sherry, at this particular point, I don't believe it's worth it. One thing that I believe that Yvette and Antonio have made it clear is that they are not necessarily open to wanting to hear anything that isn't assent from you. I believe that. I could very well be wrong, and I hope that I am. But it has become clear to me that unless you're assenting, unless you're saying, I agree with you, they're not necessarily wanting to hear from you. If it sounds in any way like it's different from what they think, you may be labeled a name, that you may be labeled an agent of chaos or a grifter or something like that. You feel me? Right? Like, you have to step lightly. That's all I'm saying. I personally don't deal with people that are that fragile. I just can't. So what I do is I pay homage to them for where they help get me, and per their instructions that if we don't agree with what they're doing, do it ourselves. I'm doing that. I do me and myself with my black sheep politically, right? We on some different shit politically over here, right? Does that mean that I hope ADOS fails? No, I don't. I don't wish no ill on Yvette, Tone, or anybody else who's a partisan of theirs, What I wish is that they would just go ahead and do what they're doing, right? Get back to the work. Leave the personal attacks alone. Leave the shooting fire, shade, and smoke at anybody that sounds different from them alone. And just go back to the work that they claim that they're doing. That's what I wish for ADOS, is to get back to the work, right? Fuck who's coming at them. Fuck who's got anything crazy to say. Let that be. People gonna hate. Haters gonna hate. Let them hate. If you about the work, ADOS partisans, my ADOS brothers and sisters, under the hashtag, if you're hashtag ADOS, then be about the work. It's as simple as that. You don't have to sit here and try to proselytize us, right? If you're on the right path, if what you're doing is viable, the proof will be in the pudding. The proof will be in the pudding. You don't have to sit here and try to convince us. Do the work. We see you. We watching you. I'm amazed at some of the work that the chapters is doing. I want to give an extra special shout out to the chapter ADOS Columbus. I actually had a good conversation with some people from ADOS Columbus, and the work they're doing on the ground up there is amazing. You think I want to see that fail? No, they're producing results. At least ADOS Columbus is. Other chapters are producing results. Keep doing that work, ADOS. Keep beating down those doors, hashtag ADOS. You don't have to worry about people calling you MAGA or left wing or LGBT or whatever the case may be. Do the work. The chapters has got it going on. Y'all the power behind the throne anyway, regardless of whoever wants to try to claim leadership or founderhood or this, that, and the third. Y'all the ones out there putting boots on the ground. Y'all deserve all the damn credit in the world. Man, I see people out there putting together their own money, printing up tens of thousands of flyers to go to political events and hand those flyers out, discussing reparations and a black agenda. Those motherfuckers got it. Hashtag ADOS partisans don't need to be coming at everybody's neck and trying to defend Yvette and Tone. You don't need to be doing all that. Just do the work. Hell, what we doing over here politically, or what we're looking to do over here politically, isn't to take away thunder from you. It's to add to. It's y'all's work plus. So y'all do y'all. Y'all do y'all's chapters. Y'all organize. Y'all beat feet on the street and do what you do. We see you and we back you. We support you. But when we do something politically, you back us and support us too. Don't come to us with excuses why you can't contribute to a super PAC. We need your $5 and $10 and $20 too, just like we would need it from anybody. Shout out to the chapters. They are doing some amazing shit out there, fam. I sure in the hell don't want to see ADOS fail. But fam, I want to remind you of something. Understand me when I tell you this. When you cross a lake in a canoe and you get to the shore on the other side, you don't pull the canoe out of the water and carry it on your back. You leave the canoe in the water and you continue your journey. Understand that even at some point, the political advocacy that I look to do, I hope to work myself out of a motherfucking job, fam. I look forward to the day when Mark Black can talk about video games, sci-fi and fantasy, can talk about men's rights issues and my little brothers coming up and so on and so forth. I look forward to that. I hope to work and advocate in this space for myself out of a job. I don't want to keep being here 10 years from now, still talking about what we need to do as far as advocacy goes. You feel me? I want to advocate myself out of a job. And I feel like that anybody in this space that ain't looking to do that, well, you have to wonder what their true motivations are. Do they really want what's best for you? Or do they want to be the canoe on your back as you keep moving? Sister Alma, thank you so much for the birthday wishes, sister. I appreciate you. I love y'all, man. Y'all are asking me some great questions. Walida Imarisha, Monty, thank you for that. At walida.com, I'm going to check her out too. Anybody else got any more questions for your brother? I'm sorry about Skype, fam. I really am. I'm going to figure it out before Hump Day broadcast. We're going to get that straight. But ask me anything. We've been having some good back and forths, fam. Ask me about any topic, any question. By the way, that ADOS question was the most uncomfortable out of all of them, and I answered that. So there's nothing that's off limits. This is my birthday gift to you. Who's the brother that asks the candidates questions and runs off? Now, I'm not going to say he runs off, but you're talking about brother Jamion Fuller. Mad respect to brother Jamion. I like him putting them cameras up in Colburn's face and Gabbard's face and Warren's face. You gonna cut a check? I'm with it. Tell him, brother Jamion. Yeah. You talking about the convo that I had with the brother on Twitter? I'm glad you reached out to me on that. Sure, why not? Go right ahead. Use it, brother Morpheus. Where's the Kool-Aid? Sherry, I know I haven't made the Kool-Aid. So I ain't gonna lie. I felt some kind of way when you was talking about that I could do better than Kool-Aid. And red Kool-Aid on a brother birthday? Man, you trying to get my black card pulled. Wow. You feel me? It was either gonna be red or grape. It is what it is. I got my whole family hooked on Kool-Aid. Woo! Yeah, August, I'm with you. If you blocking folk, fam, you messing up from words say go. Fam, I want to share something with you while I wait on the next question, because again, I'm answering all questions from all comers. Fam, the thing is that questions are intelligence. And no, I'm not talking about intellect. I'm talking about intelligence, data. I find it strange that we who have been a part of the hashtag ADOS movement would ever block anybody. Thank you, Easy, by the way, for the birthday wishes, fam. I appreciate you. Right? I find it strange that those of us who have been educated in the ways of the hashtag ADOS political wing, the political movement, would ever block anybody when we have always been told that we should ground ourselves in the data. Do you think that dissent? Thank you very, very much, Brother Jeff. I appreciate you, fam. Appreciate you. Do you think that dissent does not count as data? You blocked Talib Kweli, right? Because he's calling you trash. You don't think that that's a key data point? Don't you want to know who it is out here operating that thinks that your work is trash? That you cleaving to your lineage is trash? Don't you want to know this stuff? You get white trolls that come on your channel and say stuff. Don't you want to know who they are? Don't you want to figure them out? Big Poke Dog, thank you so much, fam, for the birthday love. I appreciate you.
Peace and power to you, brother.
The thing is, fam, is that I think perhaps my biggest issue with ADOS is I actually took ADOS to heart. Or I should say more to heart than perhaps was warranted. Because when I embraced ADOS, the hashtag, as well as the lineage, right? I embraced it whole hog. To me, ADOS speaks to every aspect of my existence. As the child of my ancestors, as the living evidence of the crimes committed against them, as the one who stands in their stead and whose footsteps I walk, I accepted ADOS whole fucking hog. Only to then be told that you knew from Jump Street, Brother Black, that it was all about politics. Really? I feel slighted, actually. I feel, I ain't gonna lie, I feel some kind of way. Like, as a personal aside, I feel some kind of way about that. So you mean to tell me that the greatest weapon, the greatest tool that we as a people who've been told for hundreds of years that we're lost, that we don't have a home, that we belong nowhere, that we supposed to just try to run around like chicken littles and adopt whatever dribbles of blackness that we can find all over the planet Earth, that we, that people, finally being given the one greatest weapon that we've needed for our uplift and our advocacy across every area of people activity, are limited to just politics? That hashtag is just a political thing organized around our lineage, as if any political movement, one political movement, can speak to the political aims, goals, wishes of an entire lineage? Really? Like, as if hashtag ADOS has the answers? I'm always leery of anybody who claims to have the answer. I found a lot of great answers interacting with Yvette and Tone. Even now that I no longer support them in the path that they walk in, I'm still watching them, not just for intel, not just for intelligence data, right? So that I can communicate intelligibly with y'all, because in my heart of hearts, I'm kind of hoping they get back to that place where they're still delivering jewels like they used to. But I feel some kind of way being told that this thing that I've embraced, that covers every aspect of every part of my life and every interaction that I have with my tribesmen and non-tribes people, is just a political gimmick. It's just a political thing. Like, I really feel some kind of way about that. I know you're going to tell me I'm misinterpreting it. You're going to tell me that, I just don't know enough and whatever. No. When I bought into ADOS as the name, you feel me? I bought into it whole hog. You feel me? Whole hog. And you don't get to tell me that it's only about politics. You don't get to tell me that it's only about economics. ADOS affects the way that I even see religion and spirituality. I get up in the morning and the first words out of my mouth is a thanks to my ancestors, just in case there's still a part of their consciousness that can hear me. That came from ADOS. And I'm an atheist, fam. I don't even believe in no God. And the first words that come out of my lips, whispered in the first breath that I'm conscious of every fucking morning, is a prayer to my ancestors. Only a tie to your lineage and heritage can do that. The sense of gratitude I feel when I'm in the presence, not even talking to, not even necessarily interacting with, but just standing in the presence of another one of my tribe's people. Only a tie to lineage can do that. that don't have shit to do with politics. Waking up every day thinking about another way to benefit people I will never meet simply because they're my tribe's people. That ain't got shit to do with just politics or economics. Constantly looking for ways to better myself so that I got more to give to my tribesmen, my brothers and sisters. That ain't got shit to just do with politics. I think my issue with ADOS is that I bought in deep. When I claimed the name, fam, I claimed the name and everything that came with it. And it disappoints the shit out of me that it's being limited to just a certain political understanding or a certain economic understanding. Because this thing is bigger than all of that to me. You just gave Brother Black the greatest weapon I've ever had the chance to wield. Better than an M16, better than a damn M60, better than a 204, better than an Abrams tank. You just gave me the weapon I needed to overcome all of my enemies. And now you want me to limit it to fucking with Democrats. What? I can't. I fucking can't. And if that means that partisans that feel like they need to defend Yvette and Tone want to come for me, come for me. I still got nothing but love for you, but you are not going to move me off of this thing. I claimed the name. I picked up that name. Everything I see, everything I hear, everything I study, everything I feel, everything I examine, every question I ask, every breath I take, everything I do is rooted in my lineage and heritage. Period. Everything, everything, everything. Everything. Even the political aims and pushes that I'm looking to make has as its end goal justice for my ancestors and me for standing in their shoes. Morpheus, I get it, fam. I get it. Everybody has their lines. But Mama Black didn't mint no weak-willed jellyback. That's not me, fam. I'm stronger than I ever thought I was. I've already been through hell. I was supposed to have been dead multiple times over. A little disagreement over politics ain't gonna shake or move me. And it ain't gonna shake or move my esteem for the people I differ with. We gonna have to learn the fine art, fam, of disagreeing with each other without personally being disagreeable. It's all right if you see things from a different aspect than I do. Somehow your aspect as my tribesman may actually enhance what I see. I need your eyes. I need your ears and I need your understanding. So when you come to a different understanding than me, what I then need from you is not to block you, not to debate you, but to discuss with you. So we can take your idea and my idea and meld it together into synthesis that's to the benefit of us both. So when we walk away from each other, we're on the same fucking sheet of music. I studied philosophy for years so I could have the capability to be able to do that with my brothers and sisters when need be. I was made for this moment. I was made for this transformational moment. Everything I've studied, from physics to psychology, from anthropology to sci-fi, from religion, you name it. What do I want for my birthday? From y'all, I'm getting what I want for my birthday. The fact that y'all are here sharing it with me is still mind-blowing, fam. I love the shit out y'all. If I haven't said it already, I hope you feel it. I hope you feel it come through your screen. Brother Black loves you more than words can ever express, fam. I'm getting what I want for my birthday. I'm alive another year. I'm another year smarter, another year better, another year more humble, another year wiser, another year with greater connections with my people, another year to stand here and represent my ancestors in the push for justice. I'm getting everything I want. I could not ask for a better life than what I've had, regardless of how much bad, how much good it's been, fam. It's mine. You feel me? It's mine. And I get to share it with you. You asked me what I want for my birthday, fam. I've already got what I want for my birthday. Thank you, Brother Mike. I appreciate it. I already got what I want for my birthday, fam. My mother told me a long time ago, son, don't let nobody steal your joy. They didn't give it to you. My mother never lied. Because there's a joy in me that you can't take away from me. Call me whatever the fuck you want to call me. You can sit here and talk about Mark Black and try to expose me and this, that, and the third and so on and so forth. I don't care. You ain't gonna steal my joy from me. You didn't give it to me. You can't take it. And the crazy part about it is all I can do is give it to you. And when I give you my joy, I still got more left in there. I don't run out. Thank you, Mrs. Rab. The honor is mine. I'm not sacrificing nothing. This ain't a sacrifice for me. It's a gift. I got the time. I got the desire. I got the energy. This is not a sacrifice. You know, in Hebrew, they would say this is a mitzvot, right? This is me. This is a free gift. No strings attached. Fam, and don't y'all get off y'all square. I keep trying to tell y'all that all this beef shit'll stop when you're ready for it to stop. When you just start skipping over those tweets where somebody done a Photoshop of somebody's face on a body of a frog or you know, or talking about the new game of Tariq posted something about a game and you just skip over that shit. Fam, peace will come to you. The work continues. You know, Sister Yvette, Brother Tone, if you ever watch my work, hear me when I tell you, stop being so fucking brittle. It don't matter what Tariq or anybody else say. If you on the right path, walk your path. The work is still here. The work continues. Just go over those tweets, fam. It's a mitzvah, you know. Leave that shit alone. When you're ready for the beefing to stop, it will stop because the beefing will stop existing for you. Let them continue to beef. Let the personalities continue to throw shots at each other. What if they threw a beef and nobody showed up? I ask that all the time, fam, and nobody gives me an answer to it. Right? What if they held a beef and nobody showed up? They look pretty damn stupid beefing by themselves. Y'all want the internecine wars, the forcing you to choose sides and all of this and that and the third to end? Then stop engaging it. And I promise you, it will end. Yeah, she's in there actually preparing my birthday dinner right now. Shout out to Miss Denny. Easy said, are you back there? Yes, she is. I'm right here. There's still a lot of good information on Twitter. I'm on there every day, fam. And you know, I try as hard as I can to be a font of good information. So if you don't follow nobody else, follow your man. I'm going to try to make sure you get some fat on your head before the day is done. And maybe some laughter too. But don't let them run y'all off. Morpheus, I did a broadcast talking about cults and cult-like behavior, right? I leave everybody to make that determination for themselves. I trust you, fam. How many times are you going to hear that before you believe me? I trust you. I trust that if I give you the information, if I give you the data, you can actually analyze the reality of your circumstances for yourself. You don't need Mark Black to tell you how to think or what to think. I just need to provide you with the framework on being able to know how to think. I'm sorry, but for those of you who think that niggas can't figure shit out, that if you want to hide something from a black person, put it in a book. If you one of them type niggas, get the fuck away from me. Because I actually have faith in my people. I actually believe my people are capable of much more than much, much more. Now, do I believe that they show us all the time what they're capable of? No. But that's why we need to inspire them to aim for their highest heights. This is why I don't dumb down my broadcasts. This is why I go ahead and I use my vocabulary with liberal sprinklings of profanity, of course. Darker Visions asks, when are we going to get more Black Honey Badger content? Good question. Good question.
Okay, so about the Black Honey Badger content.
Come on over since you're going to talk.
No, my hair is a mess.
Man, ain't nobody caring about your wig. Come over here. Let the people see you.
I hate you right now.
Alma said that YC and AM didn't start an organization. We started the organizations. Facts.
Let me at least go put a ponytail on here.
Facts. Shout out to the chapters. Y'all are going to be the lifeblood. Y'all are going to be determined. Y'all are going to determine whether ADOS lives or dies. I'm talking about the hashtag movement. I'm so serious. And Sister Alma, if your brother, who you know or you should believe obviously has love for you, if I may humbly offer a bit of advice, our forebears taught us by any means necessary. Now, what this means is I know this is just a personal aside, a brother giving advice to brothers and sisters that I hope take it. I know Yvette and Tone have their issues with Republicans and so on and so forth. All right. But you got boots on the ground. You're organized in your local area. If you can get in front of Republicans, get in front of Republicans. If you can get in front of Greens, get in front of Greens. If you can get in front of Socialists, get in front of Socialists. If you can get in front of Democrats and they'll listen to you, get in front of Democrats. Don't limit yourself to being afraid of what you look like to somebody else. One group is going to call you MAGA. One group is going to call you a left-wing group. One group is going to call you an LGBT front group. Somebody else going to call you something else. Chapters, stop giving a fuck about what people call you. Do the work. They're gonna call you everything but a child of God, sister. Don't let that dissuade you from the work that needs to be done by any means. Hold on to your lineage and fear not. And Miss Denny is gonna jump in here and talk about the Black Honey Badger real quick. Come on, sister. As a matter of fact, let me move my black ass.
Peace, family. I'm hoping y'all having a wonderful time on the broadcast. I'm hoping everything for y'all. So about the Black Honey Badger content, I have not stopped what I am doing. Darker vision. Miss Denny about to explain. So I'm about to explain. So what is happening is that, hi Tiffany, how are you? Hey Black Man 903. Hey, so okay, so I had a bad injury to my arm and to my right elbow. And so with that injury, it kind of stopped me from doing a whole bunch of stuff. Oh, I'm making surf and turf. Get out the kitchen.
I'm thirsty.
Okay, fine. I'm making surf and turf. Hey, August Dreams, how are you, sister? It's so good to see you. Okay, so after hurting my arm, I took a break from kind of everything. I stopped like studying for school. I was off of work for a few months, so I have to kind of rebound from that. And also, but I want to say that I I'm going to continue to write content and then also speak on it. I'm also looking to get with a couple of people who are on here, like maybe August Streams or Pretty Muslima, so I can get I can give you guys content from all perspectives, not just mine. Okay, so that's kind of what's going on with the Black Honey Badger. I'm not making you a plate, Sherry. I'm sorry, honey. Hey, Black Man 903. It's okay. So I'm feeling better now, but I'm trying to get back on to my full-time job thing. So that's kind of kept me away from doing Black Honey Badger content. You are welcome to you are welcome to Box. I'm more than happy to. I know, right? It's gonna taste good. All right, so I'm gonna let him come back on. I'm hoping y'all are enjoying the birthday broadcast, and I'm hoping that y'all are gonna have a great night and a great weekend. Love y'all.
Boy, I tell you, these damn black sheep, they was like, Miss Denny, you do have some splaining to do. So, fam, now that she done splained, I hope we good. Right? I actually have faith in my people, fam. Y'all are better than even y'all give yourself credit for. Right? There is no subject out here we can't master. There is no topic out here that we can't discuss. There are no things out here that we need to fear. We don't need to be afraid of questions. We don't need to be afraid of answers. So, family, I want to thank you all for the gifts, the people that hit me, in the super chat, the brother that hit me on Cash App. I appreciate y'all so damn much. Y'all are my birthday gift. ADOS gave me that. It gave me the capability to see each and every last one of my tribe's people as a gift. The only blessing I'm ever going to receive from God is you. The only gift I ever need is you. The only work I ever need to do is for you. Y'all have my heart. Y'all have everything, whether you want it or not, whether you believe it or not, whether you accept it or not. Well, some of us are so traumatized, they hear Brother Black's words and they say, oh, this nigga here. That's okay, fam. I understand. That's your pain talking. Just know that even if you don't believe it, there's a brother who loves you just because just because you, along with me, are the living evidence of the baddest motherfuckers that ever walked the face of the earth. I love you just for that. You don't need to do anything else for me. You don't have to prove yourself to me. You don't have to sit here and put yourself out for me. Not at all. You alive, you share my lineage, you share my heritage, my narrative as told by the God, the trickster, Anansi is yours, then I'm for you. Period. Period. That grace that you've been waiting for, it's right here. That love you've been waiting for, it's right here. Thank you, Brother Morpheus. I appreciate the love, fam. Right? The Savior you've been waiting for, it's right here. But guess what? The love, the grace, and the Savior I've been looking for is right there in that chat. I've been waiting for you too. Now we here. Cleaving to each other in a tie that cannot be broken, that stretches back centuries on one of the biggest land bases in the planet with a fight that we got to have. And once that fight is over, then we can rest. Our ancestors' voices can rest. That's what we fighting for, fam. So we can rest. To everything, there is a season. There's a time for work and a time for play, a time to reap, a time to sow, a time to live, a time to die, a time for all of that. It's our turn to work. It's our turn to work. Our ancestors brought us here to do this work. It's our turn to work. And in our turn, we will rest. Some of us will rest when we've completed the goal. Some of us will rest when we ran our race and our time here is done. But do everything you can while the sun is up. Because when the darkness comes, nobody works. Right? Join me in recommitting to the work this year. This is my 47th year on this little blue dust ball. Join with me in recommitting to the work of our ancestors. Because I commit to you today to continue in it by any means. Damn the naysayers, damn the haters, damn the distractors, damn the detractors. We are a juggernaut. Once we get a full head of steam, fam, there is no force on the planet that can stop us. There's no force in the universe that can stop us. So what you waiting on? Again, fam, I love you. Thank you again for joining a brother for his birthday. I'm going to go ahead and rest with my family. I love y'all. Miss Denny shouting out the love, right? Fam, I will be back on Wednesday as per usual. We're going to get it in. And until then, as always, I want to wish you all love, peace, prosperity, and power. Real power to our people.